If your wife can spend more than you make, like you need to make more money, 150 maybe to 250,000 a year would be comfortable for sure. The more the merrier, but that'd be comfortable.
300,000, like I guess if they made less than that, I feel like we wouldn't have the lifestyle I wanted, so I would work. Life's expensive.
Anywhere from 70 to 100K.
I would have to say 127.
$500,000? Is that bad?
Yo, listen. The disconnect from women, and as you can see, is women from all cultures. They look different, different skin colors, different hair colors, right? Different hue, different makeup, different colors that they're wearing on their body. In Western culture, it's all the same. I would say also that women across the board are just generally hypergamous, but the outsized expectations for what women are looking for as far as what they think makes sense and what's normal is either one or two problems here. Either women are just completely delusional, which I support that narrative, or the cost of living has become so outrageous that people can't even afford to think straight. Now, I happen to think that it's a combination of both, but we definitely don't want to exclude the idea that women are delusional, right? My point is this. When you're talking about $300,000, now, I've been blessed to work to the point to where and make the sacrifices that I've been able to make in my life to where I consider my child $1 million baby, meaning that I will exceed, if I have not already, investing well over $1 million into her development when it comes to schooling, when it comes to her college. She's only 15 years old. College, private schooling, lessons, tutoring, feeding her, clothing her, taking her to and from flights, different experiences, taking her all across the United States and overseas and things like that. I will invest that into her. But the one thing that I continue to invest in her and I beat into her head daily is that humility is the number one thing that you have to hold on to within. That doesn't mean that you have to make sure that everybody else try to humble you and try to make sure you seem like you less than what you really are. But humility with regard to what your expectations are from other people and how you treat people in real life is the number one thing that you have to hold on to as a woman that is evolving and growing and becoming, hopefully what I expect to be someone's wife one day, right? And so the expectations should never be on somebody else. And that's the thing that I don't understand. When we live in a society where this is what you advocated for, this is what you asked for, you wanted equal, you advocated for the idea that you should be able to fend for yourself, make the decisions for yourself, you can vote, you can do whatever it is that you want to do, then you can't sit here and say what the expectations of what somebody else should make in order to be able to support your lifestyle. It makes no sense to me. It makes absolutely no sense to me. Furthermore, I've also been doing some research, and what I found is that women often at times, through my own research and study, women often at times when they go to school, they pick the worst degrees and then they have the most student loans. That doesn't completely absolve men from it, but largely women choose the worst degrees, liberal arts, basket weaving degrees, social work, whatever. And then they have student loans that's outsized based off of the idea, and I think that they still have this in their head, that there's going to be some guy that marries them and then adopt that that goes along with it. And that's another point that I want to have a conversation about is, fellas, when you get with these people, and ladies, pay attention to what I'm saying to you too. When you get with these people, you also have to understand that if you decide that you want to marry them, which is one of the reasons why I think that we need to rethink what marriage is, especially since the majority of the people don't even believe from a spiritual perspective, which is the foundation of why a lot of people get married in the first place. We need to rethink what marriage is, and we need to rethink what family court law is. And so that we can start creating a group of people that actually understands it and knows what being successfully married is. You are now going to adopt whatever debts that she has, and that's going to be a part of your life. Let me say that again. If she has, I'm going to give it to you from a C student's perspective. If she has $100,000 in student loans, let's not even say 100,000. Let's say 50. $50,000 in student loans, and she expects for you to put on a wedding, and she expects for you, based off of traditional principles or something that some simp said long time ago, or some jewelry company that was trying to sell more diamonds and engagement rings, expecting for you to spend several months' salary in order to be able to get an engagement ring. Crazy, out of your mind, stupid. We got a homelessness problem out here in these streets. You know what I'm saying? We got a lot of fatherlessness out here in these streets. The foundation of why people get divorced largely is tied to resources, not just cheating. That means that you have to adopt the modern woman lifestyle mindset in addition to being behind the eight ball as far as making sure that you take care of something that she did self-inflicted before you even came into the picture. Now, how does that make sense? Why would you ever put yourself in a position to be with somebody that puts you behind the eight ball the minute that you say I do? That's worse than buying a depreciating asset and financing it at a 27% interest rate, a car, and then it loses its value immediately. It plummets immediately when you drive off the parking lot. That is worse than, because at least at least that car has the ability to be able to get you to and from back to work so that you can make some more money. You're marrying a woman that's looking to retire just because she had your child. And that's the thing that a lot of these women don't understand. Women of yesteryear always worked. They always did things, right? They didn't even have the modern technologies that we have today as far as that helps you to be able to do things more effectively in your lifestyle. You don't even have to go grocery shopping no more. They'll bring it to your house. They will bring your groceries to you. You don't even have to do dishes like that anymore. You rinse them or whatever, and you get all of the mud and grime, you throw it in the garbage, and then you put it in the dishwasher. The dryer and the washer practically does all of the folding for you at this point, right? You don't even have to do a lot of that. I know a lot of women that take the stuff to the cleaners. They're obviously not the towels and the drawers or whatever, but I know a lot of women that just take the majority of the clothes to the cleaners. They drop them off, they do them, they pick them up, the guy pay for them, and all they got to do is bring them back home and then hang them up. The ability for you to be able to add value into the relationship has become so outsized, and that's why this is the number one reason why men are asking women, what do you bring to the table? Because we need to understand your inherent value. Most men that are smart need to understand your inherent value before they put themselves even in a position to be with somebody, because being with somebody is supposed to be you guys upgrading or adding value into each other's lives. So how can I align myself with somebody that's not adding value into my life, but in every other aspect of my life, I'm looking for the value as to why it is that I'm trading my time and my resources and my effort. If I go over into a job, I'm going to naturally ask, hey, how much is the salary? What is the total compensation? Is there a bonus as to me doing a good job? But this is the only situation, especially considering that the most important decision that you're ever going to make in your life financially is who it is that you lay next to. But I'm not supposed to ask what it is that you bring into my life from a value perspective, because you're supposed to add more than you take away. In every situation, you add more than you take away. But it's an even exchange in that you benefit from it in the same way that I benefited from it. But we live in a time where you benefiting from it and then you taking away at the same time, and you killing me only to then be able to inherit what it is that I put together before you even got there, and you get half if you decide to leave early. That's insane. Listen, I love you. I appreciate you. I want you guys to let me know what you think in the comments. Do you think that now is the time that we need to rethink everything in society, or do you think that I'm off and that men should just be able to provide, and that's the end of the conversation? Let me know. Make sure you tap into the Patreon. Link is in the description. Also, shout out to the sponsor of this stream, Teach Hanley, 30% off your first order plus a free gift. I love you guys. I appreciate you. I'm going to see you on the Millionaire Morning Show today. Peace.